Welcome to your deep dive.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Where today,
I love a good deep dive.
we are all about aligning what we say with what we do.
Yes.
We're diving into right speech and right action.
Okay.
Sound intense.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Good.
It's actually fascinating stuff drawn from Buddhist teachings on ethical living. We're talking practical tips, not just lofty ideals.
Precisely.
Yeah.
We'll explore how these ancient principles are surprisingly relevant to navigating our modern world relationships, decision-making, even dealing with that coworker.
Absolutely.
You know, the one.
So we're talking about two key elements of the Noble Eightfold Path.
Yes.
Which,
Path.
for those unfamiliar, is essentially Buddhism's roadmap to enlightenment. Like the steps to follow to reach enlightenment.
Yeah, a framework.
And within that roadmap, right speech and right action fall in our ethical conduct. How our interactions with the world can minimize harm and maximize good.
Makes sense.
But let's get specific.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Let's see.
We've all heard the saying.
Okay.
Words can hurt.
Yes.
But how does Buddhism approach right speech?
It's very carefully thought out.
It's more than just telling the truth, right?
It's definitely.
Like, what else is there?
It delves into the intention and impact of our words.
Okay.
Think of the Buddhist teaching that compares words to arrows.
Okay.
Once released, they can't be retracted.
Oh, wow.
And their impact can be long-lasting.
That's a powerful image.
It is.
And I noticed in these texts
Yeah.
that slander, harsh language, even excessive gossip are all considered harmful speech.
Precisely.
Okay.
And it reminds me of a story from the Buddhist tradition.
Oh, a story.
Where a wise woman skillfully uses kind words to disarm an angry villager.
Wow.
Highlighting how compassionate speech can de-escalate conflict and foster understanding.
That's incredible how a shift in communication can have such a profound impact. It makes me think about those everyday interactions where a simple, genuine compliment can brighten someone's day.
That's right. Speech in action.
Oh, okay.
Being mindful of the positive impact our words can have.
Right.
And it goes both ways.
Okay.
When we focus on offering genuine praise, it also cultivates a sense of positivity and appreciation within ourselves.
It's a win-win.
It is.
Speaking of practical applications,
Yes.
I found that asking myself those three questions before speaking.
Which three?
Is it true? Is it kind? Is it helpful?
Ooh.
Can be incredibly helpful.
Those three questions are a fantastic tool for self-awareness and for ensuring our communication aligns with our values. Just imagine the positive ripple effects if we all pause to consider them.
Now that we've explored the power of our words, let's dive into the equally important aspect of right action.
Right.
This feels a bit more straightforward.
Does it?
Don't steal, don't cheat, don't be a jerk, right? Like, that's gotta be it, right?
It's true that right action includes avoiding those harmful actions.
Okay.
But just like with speech, it goes deeper than simply abstaining from wrongdoing.
Okay.
It's about actively cultivating good and aligning our deeds with our values.
I see.
It's helpful to think of our actions like seeds we plant.
Oh, right.
Are we cultivating harmony and positivity?
Yeah.
Or are our actions sowing discord and suffering?
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
It makes me think of that story.
So,
about the man encountering a beach full of starfish. He starts tossing them back into the ocean one by one.
Okay.
And someone asks, with so many, what difference does it make?
It's a good question.
Then he throws another one in and says it made a difference to that one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It beautifully illustrates how even small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect.
Right.
Even if we can't solve every problem.
Right.
We can still make a difference in the lives we touch.
It's a good reminder that every action matters. Our sources offer some practical suggestions for incorporating right action into daily life.
Okay.
One that resonated with me was the idea of a daily act of kindness.
Okay.
No matter how small.
There's something incredibly powerful about making kindness a conscious practice.
Right.
It could be as simple as offering a genuine compliment.
Yeah.
Helping a stranger. Or even just listening attentively to a friend in need.
Yeah.
These small acts create ripples of positive energy.
It's about being intentional with our actions.
Yes.
Which brings up an interesting point.
What's that?
What about those ethically murky situations where the right action isn't so clear-cut?
Okay.
How does right action guide us then?
That's where understanding the concept of intention becomes even more crucial.
Oh, okay.
Buddhism teaches that our intentions color the effects of our actions.
Oh, wow.
Even a well-intentioned action can have unintended negative consequences.
Right.
So cultivating a clear and compassionate motivation is essential.
So it's not just about what we do, but why we do it.
Exactly.
Are there any practices for checking our intentions before acting?
One practice is to simply pause and examine our motivation before acting. Ask yourself, is this coming from a place of kindness and compassion?
Okay.
Or am I being driven by anger,
Right.
greed, or ego?
Yeah.
That pause can create the space for wiser choices.
It's about bringing that same mindfulness we talked about with speech to our actions.
Yes.
Speaking of mindfulness,
Okay.
how do we navigate those inevitable moments when we're faced with challenging emotions like anger or frustration?
Buddhism offers a powerful perspective on challenging emotions.
Okay.
Instead of letting them control us,
Yeah.
we can observe them with a sense of detachment,
Okay.
recognizing their impermanent nature. Just like clouds passing through the sky.
Right.
These emotions will arise and pass if we don't cling to them.
That's a helpful image. Acknowledge the clouds, but don't let them rain on our parade.
Right, exactly.
I found that incorporating mindfulness practices like deep breathing can be incredibly helpful in those moments.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mindfulness practices help create space between our emotions and our reactions.
Right.
Taking a few conscious breaths can prevent us from saying or doing something we might regret later.
It's about responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively.
Exactly.
But what about those times when we're on the receiving end of negativity from others? How can we respond with right action in those situations?
There's a wonderful story about a Buddhist monk who endured constant insults from a villager.
Yeah.
One day, instead of responding with anger, he calmly said,
What did he say?
"Thank you for your gift, but I cannot accept it."
Wow.
The villager was taken aback and asked what he meant.
Of course.
The monk explained,
Okay.
"If you offer me negativity and I don't accept it,
Right.
it remains yours."
Wow, that's a powerful way to set a boundary.
It is.
While also highlighting the responsibility we each have for our own emotions and actions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we always have a choice in how we respond.
Right.
Even in challenging situations.
So we've talked about the importance of right action.
We have.
But what about the benefits?
Oh, that's the best part.
Does living ethically lead to a happier,
I think so.
more fulfilling life?
Buddhism teaches that ethical living is intrinsically linked to well-being.
Okay.
When our actions align with our values,
Yeah.
we experience greater peace of mind, a sense of purpose,
Right.
and a deeper connection to ourselves and others.
It's like that saying, virtue is its own reward.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's not about seeking external validation,
Okay.
but cultivating an inner sense of integrity and alignment that naturally leads to greater happiness and fulfillment.
And it seems like this idea of karma plays a role as well.
Karma.
Not in a mystical sense, but more about understanding the cause and effect of our actions. It's like that old saying, what goes around comes around. Our actions have consequences, whether positive or negative.
That's the essence of karma. Understanding that our actions create ripples in the world and shape the reality we experience. When we act with kindness, compassion, and integrity, we contribute to a more positive and harmonious environment for ourselves and others.
It's not about some cosmic scorecard, but about recognizing the interconnectedness of our actions and their impact on the world around us.
Exactly. Our sources emphasize this interconnectedness through the concept of the ripple effect. Even seemingly small acts of kindness can have a far-reaching impact, inspiring others to do the same. There's a story that illustrates this beautifully. Imagine a village where everyone agrees to pour a cup of wine into a camel barrel for a festival. One man, thinking his contribution won't matter, decides to pour in water instead.
Oh no, I can already see where this is going. When they go to celebrate, they're met with watered-down wine.
Precisely. It seems like a small, insignificant action, but it affects the whole earth. It reminds us that even when we think our actions are insignificant, they contribute to a collective reality.
It's a powerful reminder that we have a responsibility to act ethically, not just for ourselves, but for the well-being of all. So how do we integrate these principles of right speech and right action into our lives authentically? It can feel daunting.
Remember, it's not about striving for perfection, but about making a conscious effort to align our words and actions with our values. One way to do this is by reflecting on our experiences. When have we felt the positive impact of someone's kind words or actions? Similarly, when have we been hurt by harsh speech or unkind behavior?
Reflecting on those experiences can provide valuable insight into the power of our choices.
Absolutely. And remember, it's often in those moments when we stumble that we learn the most valuable lessons. Buddhism emphasizes progress, not perfection.
It's a journey of continuous learning and growth. As we wrap up our deep dive today, what's one key takeaway you'd like listeners to carry with them?
I think the most important thing to remember is that even small conscious shifts in our speech and actions can create ripples of positive change. It's not about grand gestures, but about the intentionality we bring to our everyday interactions. What kind word will you offer? What small act of kindness will you perform? These seemingly small choices can make a world of difference.
What a beautiful thought to end on. So it's not about becoming saints overnight, but about embracing the journey of aligning our words and actions with our deepest values. Thank you for guiding us on this insightful deep dive.
It was my pleasure.